You know, they can do a lot more though than you might think. I had one of my farmer friends, our cattle mentor, tell me that he had a cow once that literally jumped an 8-foot fence to get out. Like, they can do what they want to do. They're nice enough to us to where they stay and let us feed them because they, hey, you don't have to work as hard. But they can do what they want. Now, we do breed ours for docility so that we can be in a smaller area and everything can be okay. But cows are a lot more athletic than you think. Yeah, come on in. He's the one that has been yelling for a few minutes. You remember me telling you? Well, it's a beautiful day at Lake Joy Farmstead, and every fall we butcher some of our beef. What's been exciting is this is the third round where our calves were born here on this property, and so we had 3 more that we just butchered this morning, and they were right around 20 months old. The butcher says they look really healthy. A couple of signs are the nice bright yellow fat that's in right around the brisket, which is a good sign of beta carotene, which comes from grass. So the whole grass-fed, grass-finished program, I think there's a good plus for that.
Just look into the nice fatty brisket.
There's your Texas brisket.
These are called sweetbreads. These are an indicator of high quality. That's the thymus gland. You want to grab that, Mike?
Yeah.
Put it in your tub.
Yeah.
That's the thymus gland. That's where white blood cells go to mature.
Well, and you talked about that quite a bit as being the indicator. So is this a good indicator that this is a healthy beef?
A healthy and high quality beef.
He also pulled out some sweetbreads, which is a gland, real popular appetizer in France and some other cultures. The hallmark of high quality beef is that they do have those sweetbreads, but he said all 3 of this group's beef came out that way. So that makes us feel really good about a couple of things. The first is that the genetics of the bull that we used, we do a real bull, not artificial insemination. When our cows summer up in Snohomish near the Yevy Slough, they hang out with the bull. And you probably know this, but cows take 9 months gestation like humans. And so that put us back as last spring, April, May, somewhere in there, these calves were born and they grew beautifully. We'll find out what the final weights are. But at Lake Joy Farmstead, we believe in the grass-fed, grass-finished program. It's all organic. These cows had one bad day, and it was today. They were good cows, but they're going to taste really good. So put in your orders for next year or in the future. We're excited about our 2025 butcher program. We're going to have all kinds of fun things available new this year. For example, next year's group, which is actually up here, is going to be USDA, so we'll be able to sell you some individual cuts as well. And stay tuned for more information about our Clover Club, which is going to include the beef, some pork and poultry and all kinds of other fun things around here at our farm at Lake Joy Farmstead. But listen, it's like the old beer commercial. It doesn't get any better than this. Yeah.
My name is Darron Marzolf. I'm a 4th generation butcher. I've been working with Mike for the last 4 years. We've been developing his livestock program. I learned this process from my grandpa. He taught me this. He was the best. He could do a beef in 12 minutes. The way that we process animals, we first shoot them, bleed them, then we skin them, and we eviscerate them, and we cut them into quarters. From there, we take them back to our shop. They get washed, weighed, and promptly put into a cooler. We try to get them to under 34 degrees within several hours. That's all best for the meat to help it solidify. You get it real solid to help it cut. From there, the animal cools for a time period. I collect all the instructions from customers, and then I put them on the saw and I cut them into parts and pieces for steaks and roasts, and eventually whatever doesn't go into steaks and roasts goes into hamburger. The meat that's harvested from these farms is the quality can't be beat. Mike puts his heart and his whole family put their heart into all these different animals and their lifestyles. They get scratches behind the ears, pets on the rump. They never have a bad day. And this is something you don't see in the large-scale meat industry. The large-scale meat industry it's just based on abuse, where animals like Mike and his family raise, they never see it. They are all spoiled animals, and that's what we want. We want these animals spoiled. We want them loved, and the result is a steak that you can't compare to the large meat scale, large meat industry and their large scale. It's a difference of apples and oranges. It's an animal that's been loved its whole life versus an animal that's just on a conveyor belt, ready to be processed. So when you're shopping, when you want top quality, you come out to little farms like this, and you'll never find a better animal or a better family to raise your protein for your family.
Well, this is what I was going to tell him while he's doing the work. I think it's really important that when you have a small farmstead program like we're doing, is to have a good butcher. We also have Darron.
Yep.
So just kidding. No, truthfully, having really a partner in the farm, somebody that is going to help us, coach us along, make sure that this day really is the only bad day, as he likes to say, in these animals' lives. And so he's prepared to have his work, go as efficiently and smooth as possible, so that we can have grow next year's group even that much better. And what did you say about our beef? You say it looked pretty good?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. Feels like a peach.
Feels like a peach.
Feels like a peach.
Oh.
Well, and another thing I try to help my beginning farmers out with is saving their own hide. They do so much, and they're trying to go so far, so fast, but I try to help them build an infrastructure. And so part of what I've been coaching Mike along with is how to build gates, how to build catch pens, corrals. All these things are so important if you're gonna farm long term for your own health, for your animals. So building an infrastructure is so important, and Mike's gone further than anybody to do that I know. He's done a beautiful job converting his little hobby farm to an actual working farm, and that's so important.
Yeah, and that really, thank you for saying that. That's really been the goal, is to take what basically is a hobby or a side hustle or even just something for our own family, which are all values that we care about and appreciate and still think are very important, and turn it into something that can be a benefit to other families. And it's important to have the right relationships in the community to help us, get further faster. Look, my father didn't teach me any of this stuff, so we had to learn. We had to find other people, other families that could show us how to do this the right way, the responsible way, what's good for the earth, good for the animal, stewardship of the land, all those important principles that we care about, so that as they manifest themselves literally on down the line into all of our livestock.
The start of the rib steak right here. And one thing you can always tell with quality animals, you're already seeing flecks of fat in there. And that's the start of marbling. IMF, intermuscular fat. So when you can see it when they're hot, that means that they're really good.